I'm going to be showing you how to do level 60 dungeons as Dark Knight, give some tips for the large trash pulls. As soon as we queue up here, I will show you how I start off the dungeons and how I handle these trash packs. As soon as you queue in, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to check the gear of your DPS and your healers. You want to make sure your healer can handle the big pulls and they're not minimum eye level or that they're not new. And make sure that your DPS at least are geared well enough to where AoEing down mobs is not a major issue. If you have issues even with good gear on your DPS, you can't really help that, but you need to adjust accordingly. What you're going to do is you're going to start off the pull with just grit. You won't have dark side on. This is going to allow for better MP regeneration in between trash mobs because you don't really need to do the damage while you're pulling them together for the AoE fest. You'll start off with Unmend to bait a free Unleash to help preserve MP, but the game does not like me. I did not get one. We're going to move to this next mob and we're going to tag them and drag them over a steam vent so that we can give them a vulnerability up stack. As soon as we get them over here, we're going to pop on Dark Side, drop our Salted Earth. Then we're going to Abyssal Drain once or twice and then pop Blood Price. That way you don't dip too high on MP. You'll notice I carve and spit there so that I'm not overloaded on MP, and I'm not alternating Abyssal Drain and Dark Arts Abyssal Drain. My healer is pretty much spam healing, so it's a waste for me to do that at this point. Near the end of Blood Price, you're going to do a Dark Arts Dark Passenger, and once your mobs are relatively weak, you're going to pop one of them with Soul Survivor to give yourself some free MP for the next trash mob. When you have an excess of MP, it's perfectly fine to use Abyssal Drain more, as it's a very efficient means of doing AoE damage. Alright, let's move to the next pack. You're going to turn off Dark Side and start moving. Slap the first enemy you can hit in the face with an Unmend to try to bait a free Unleash, which of course does not happen, because why would it? Going to move to the next mob. We're going to tag him and drag him over a steam vent again. Alright, now that we got them all tagged, we're going to go over to this steam vent, drop our Salted Earth, and begin Abyssal Drain spamming. I'm only going to be doing Dark Arts a few times here just to give you an idea of where your MP can dip while you're doing it. And you're going to try to weave as many off-global cooldowns in as you can safely without eating a bunch of AoEs. We don't have any DPS that need to have positionals here, so it's not a big deal if we move them around a little bit. We still don't want to accidentally clip a DPS. We're going to be doing single target rotation on this trash mob near the end here. I'm not going to focus as much on AoE DPS because I want to preserve my MP when I get to the boss. This is a tactic I use on all three tanks, well, basically primarily for Dark Knight and for Warrior. I build stacks on Warrior prior to a boss pull, and I build up my MP pools on Dark Knight. This makes it so that I can do an efficient opener, high DPS, high enmity when I get to the boss. And since I used Soul Survivor earlier to help with my lower MP reserves, I don't have that as a clutch to help me through this. And with that being the case, using my single target Delirium rotation is going to assist me with that lack of MP. Since everything here is just about dead, that's a wrap-up of how you handle Dark Knight with 4-man dungeons. Hope this helps.
First of all, what went through my mind is how stupid am I to actually volunteer for this?